Hello, my name is Courtney Ray and I work in the Office of Student Financial Aid here at Athens Tech. If you're watching this, you should already be in class and you've already secured your financial aid for this particular term. So what we're going to talk about today is more along the lines of how to keep your financial aid. There are lots of things that go into making sure that you stay eligible for your financial aid. One of which I want to talk about is the Satisfactory Academic Progress Policy, or SAP for short. There are two major components for SAP. The first being your GPA has to remain above a 2.0. The second being that your completion ratio has to stay above 66.67%, or 2/3. Your completion ratio has to do with the number of hours that you attempt versus the number of hours that you successfully complete. The ratio of that has to stay above 2/3. If you do not meet either one of those guidelines, you will go on what we call financial aid warning for 1 semester. You can receive financial aid while on warning, but if you do not make SAP the next term, then you will lose your financial aid or go on financial aid exclusion. At that point, you would have to appeal that decision through a committee, or you would have to pay out of pocket until such time that you are making satisfactory academic progress. So keep that in mind when you are signing up for your classes, and try not to take on too much at one time. If you're working part-time, you don't want to take a full load because that may be too much. The withdrawals also count into that. They go against your completion ratio. So a lot of times you'll hear students say, just sign up for it. If you can't handle it, you can withdraw. You can. We don't want to mess up your GPA. However, it will go against your completion ratio. The second thing that I want to talk about is withdrawals. Withdrawals allow you to withdraw from a class if you're not doing as well as you would like to do without damaging your GPA. The problem with those is, number one, they go against your completion ratio. Number two, if you choose to completely withdraw from the college before you have completed 60% of the semester, you may end up owing money back for the Pell Grant that you received. The Pell Grant is awarded to you at the beginning of the semester, and it is assumed that you will complete the semester. When you withdraw from the college completely prior to the 60% mark, you have not earned the money that has already been awarded you. So the school has to return those funds, and therefore you become responsible for those funds as well. That can keep you from being able to return to school as planned, because you owe those funds, and they will not let you return to school until you have paid those funds back. It will also keep you from viewing your grades at the end of the semester. It will keep you from registering for the next semester. So it can really have an effect on you as a student if you don't pay attention to that area of withdrawing from classes. We also want to make sure that you continue to receive your financial aid, and that means having an active application on file. Each year you have to reapply for aid. The financial aid award year runs fall, spring, and summer. So every fall you have to have a new application on file for financial aid. You will start getting reminders about doing this new application in January. Tax time is usually a good time to go ahead and renew your financial aid, because the FAFSA does require your financial information from your tax return. So before you put it away and it's filed away and you have no idea where it is, it's a good idea to go ahead and renew your financial aid for the upcoming fall semester. Another thing I'd like to talk to you about is taking classes within your major. When you came and you filled out your admissions application, you chose a major to come to school for. You chose something to come to school for. Therefore, we want to make sure that you are on task towards your goal. Financial aid will not pay for classes that are outside of the stated program of study that you had on your application. We at Athens Tech may not offer the end goal that you have in mind, but for financial aid purposes, you are here for one of the stated goals that we have in our catalog, and therefore you are limited to those classes if you want financial aid to pay for them. You are always allowed to take any class that you choose to take. You may end up having to pay for it if you want to take that class and it's not in your program of study. So keep that in mind, discuss it with your advisors, and make sure that you're staying on task to complete your stated goal when you started school here. Finally, what I'd like to talk to you about is what we call all F's. If you are attending class and things get overwhelming and many of our students don't know what to do at that point in time, and they will quit attending class, you are not automatically withdrawn from classes. If you stop attending your class, you will receive an F for that class, unless you go through the official withdrawal process. When you receive an F, your instructor has to put in the last date that you attended his or her class. Financial aid will use that date to determine whether you earned all of your Pell Grant that was awarded to you at the beginning of the semester. And as we talked about with the withdrawals and completely withdrawing from the college, receiving all F's can do the same to your Pell Grant if you stopped attending prior to the 60% of the semester. So keep that in mind and don't ever just stop attending. Keep in touch with your professor and make sure that they're aware of what's going on, and if you need to withdraw, do so, because an F will harm your financial aid. We are located in the H building, and when you come in the front door, we're directly to the left as you come in the door. We have a wonderful receptionist with a beautiful smile that would love to greet you. We will help you find out anything that you need to know about your financial aid, or you can email us at financialaid@athenstech.edu.